Okay, here we are. I'm about 7/8 of the way done with this project here, but I wanted to pick back up with you and let you know what I'm doing here. Again, I want to give you the disclaimer that I am working on my own equipment here. Old stuff that I'm working on fixing up. I'm not a mechanic, so I'll just tell you how I'm handling this, what I'm doing. And anybody out there that's a mechanic wants to make a comment or point out that there's something that I'm doing wrong, I'm totally open to that. But what I've got here is a 1978 GL1000 Honda Goldwing. I am supposed to have a tappet clearance of 0.004 inches with a cold engine. So when I first made this adjustment, I was brand new to any kind of clearance adjustments, and I set them too loose by just a little bit. Then yesterday I reset it, but I didn't let the engine cool enough, and so the adjustments ended up being a little bit too tight. So here we are, just like Goldilocks, trying to get it just right in the middle. So what I've got here is the engine is at top dead center on cylinder 1, which cylinder 1 is the front right, which is on the other side of the engine. Here is cylinder 2 you're looking at on the left side, and here is cylinder 4. So, what I've got here is, and I don't think you're going to be able to see down in there, but you can see that hole right there. That is on the T1 mark, and there's 2 marks on the side of the outside of the hole, and there's a line on either side of the T1 that you line up perfectly there. That is top dead center. This happens to be top dead center of the number 1 cylinder. There's no way to differentiate that between top dead center on the number 2 cylinder, because when you rotate this 1 revolution 360 degrees, you're only turning each cam 180 degrees. So it takes 2 revolutions of the engine to turn this cam over 1 time. So what you end up doing is top dead center on 1, and then you rotate it, the engine around 360 degrees to bring that back to top dead center. It says 1 again, but then what that'll end up being is cylinder 2. Now I've already done cylinder 2, and on cylinder 1, what we have here is the left rear intake. So cylinder 4 intake should be able to move, and it is. All of these other should be tight, immovable, and they are. I have triple checked that that line back there is lined up perfectly, because 0.004 inches is not very much. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to check this with my feeler gauge. You can see I've got 0.004 and 0.005 out. The reason for that is I'm going to set this to 0.004, but then I'm going to double check, and if I can get 0.005 in there, I am going to assume that it's just a little bit too loose, and I'm going to tighten it down just a little bit. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to stick this back behind here and see if we can get it in there. And it is too tight. You can see that buckling a little bit. It doesn't want to go in there. I couldn't force it in there. So that adjustment's too tight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 10 millimeter on this particular engine, 10 millimeter open end. I'm going to stick it on there. And then I am going to use my flathead screwdriver. I'm going to loosen the open end wrench, hold this steady, and then just make small adjustments right here. I'm going to go back and forth until I get it perfect. And then what I'll do is when I get done with that process, I will show you how I measure it in the next video. Thank you.